Tonight, in every cold case, there are suspects we know. We open one of Hollywood's darkest archives. The brutal, unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short, better known as the Black Dahlia. A case filled with corruption, cover-ups, and suspects who walked away untouched. But who were these unnamed suspects? And how did they escape punishment? Welcome to the Crime Archives. Imagine watching a crime documentary and yelling at the screen because the police are ignoring the most obvious suspect. That feeling? That frustration? That is the Black Dahlia case. January 1947. In Los Angeles, a local woman discovers the mutilated body of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short in a vacant lot, cut in half, drained of blood. It became one of the most gruesome crimes in American history, and one of the most poorly handled investigations the LAPD has ever done. Over 150 people were questioned, but the real suspects, the powerful ones, the connected ones, slipped through the cracks and into the shadows. Let's start with the man many believe was the real killer. Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy, influential physician, a man with surgical skill, and a history that would make anyone uneasy. Police wiretapped his home in 1950. And what did they hear? "Supposin' I did kill the Black Dahlia." They couldn't prove it now. That line alone could freeze your blood. His own son, an LAPD detective, later spent decades building a case against him. So why wasn't Hodel ever arrested? Influence, connections, corruption? Maybe all three. Next, we have Mark Hansen, a Hollywood nightclub owner and one of Elizabeth Short's acquaintances. Her belongings included his address book, a detail investigators dismissed far too easily. Rumors say Hansen made unwanted advances, the kind of advances Elizabeth rejected. And if true crime history has taught us anything, a rejected man with power can be dangerous. But he was cleared, just like that. Why? Wrong place, wrong century, or right friends. Then we enter mob territory. Some theorists point toward the infamous gangster Bugsy Siegel, a man whose name alone inspires fear. If Elizabeth angered the wrong person, if she saw something she shouldn't have, if she crossed paths with the wrong crowd, the mob could have handled it quietly and permanently. But gangster theories are slippery. No paperwork, no witnesses, no trail, just whispers. Why did all these suspects walk free? Because this investigation was chaos. The crime scene was contaminated by tourists, reporters, and even random pedestrians. Clues were moved. Evidence vanished. Detectives disagreed. Media interference exploded. It was a perfect storm of mistakes. Or something darker. Some historians believe the LAPD knew more than they admitted, but lacked the power or the courage to press charges. Others believe there was an intentional cover-up, protecting someone with enormous influence. The Black Dahlia case has become the ultimate true crime rabbit hole. A story that keeps you awake at 3 a.m., wondering, how did the killer get away? Why was the investigation so flawed? Who benefited from the silence? Elizabeth Short became an icon of tragedy, while her killer, or killers, may have lived long, quiet lives, far away from justice. So who were the unnamed suspects? A doctor, a nightclub owner, a gangster, and maybe others will never know. But the real horror isn't the brutality of the crime. It's that someone walked away. Someone lived freely. Someone carried a terrible secret to their grave. And that unanswered question is what keeps the Black Dahlia case alive. Subscribe for more unsolved mysteries, deep investigations, and the stories that refuse to stay buried.